Welcome back, guys, and we are gonna go into our series. Looks like we're gonna get started already. Moving into Lijiang Tower. So that's gonna be our first map, but let's just look at the table for us real quick. So it's gonna be a +1 here for GE Pantheon Korea coming out from the upper brackets. They get the wreath of victory there. So map number 2 will be Control, which will be starting on Lijiang Tower. So this time I won't be updating this due to the slightly different map draft. Looking at the maps, it's gonna be Control first. After that, +1 there. Our map 1 was a default. Gonna be 3 and 7 for Hybrid. So Hybrid will be next. Then Escort, Assault, Control again. And in this best of 7, Hybrid will be the last one. So let's move on and let's get our map chosen here. This is gonna be Lijiang Tower first and foremost. Moving into the bracket, this is gonna be map 1 in our best of 7 series. Here we have GE Pantheon Korea in the blue side, Green Leaves on the red side. Just playing all day, honestly, has been absolutely stellar. Just running the goats, and Lijiang Tower gonna be that goats map. On the other hand, here's Inhyuk already with the Wrecking Ball, and PKR needs only 3 maps to actually get the win in this one. Gonna roll on in already in the Wrecking Ball, just having a fun time in the meantime. Here we have Swan, gonna be on the Mercy, goes for concussive, and there's the boop, will lead to a kill. So far it hasn't. The Moira though out of position, and now Skyfall getting taken down by Swan. So far so good here for GE Pantheon Korea, just making it rain. Kadala switching over to the Widowmaker as well. I don't really like this Widowmaker pick on Night Market, but we'll see if PKR can make it work. Pokey now getting D-Mech and taken down. Hoshimi going for a pick, but it's PKR now with the control of the point. The defense here for Pantheon Korea, very interesting lineup. Gonna have the Wrecking Ball, gonna have the Diva. There's the charge on now. Inhyuk trying to get away, but PKR in control of this. Kujiwu getting the rest on now. Kadalis back into the fight. Or for now, PKR just in control of this. Look at this. Swan ready with the Rocket Barrage. Can Pantheon Korea make it rain here onto the oncoming Green Leaf squad? Hoshimi gets picked apart first. Pokey gets taken down. And this looks to be a masterclass here from PKR. While they're at the top of the top, who wants to end the open division undefeated. Gonna be a reset here for Green Leaves, and F1 gets booped up by Inhyuk at the end, so he can get the kill credit. The Wrecking Ball having the mines ready into place. 3 ultimates ready here for the side of Pantheon Korea. On the other hand, Kujiwu gonna fly up on top. Valkyrie is available. Can Pantheon Korea keep this up? Kadal is now going for a sniper too. Doesn't really get much. Here's Scenario out in front. Coalescence comes on out as well. Shatter now completely misses the charge, but still get the D-Mech onto Sick. Self-destruct now is out and about, and the self-destruct even gets a kill onto 1. They don't even get a pick off onto the Baby Diva. Skyfall with a kill onto 1, but it's not gonna be enough. Green Leaves on the retreat. Kujiwu just coming out of the way. That's Inhyuk rather, coming out the way of the Reinhardt. And Pantheon Korea heavily in control of Night Market in this fight. Skyfall though playing a pseudo DPS role, trying to get a pick off onto 1, gets Kadalis, but gets traded back by Sick. On the other hand, he's Kujiwu just flying up into the sky alongside Swan. There is now contest. F1 trying to force someone onto the point. It's gonna be Inhyuk with the response. Rocket Barrage now comes out from Swan once again. Sand Barrier is played, but it only gets to Infrasight now has been popped. Kadalis looking for a target or 2. It's gonna be Pantheon Korea almost giving up the point. They literally rip it apart from the Moira, rip the Moira to shreds. 15 kill streak there for Swan, and that's gonna be overtime now, winding down so quickly for the side of Green Leaves. Can F1 get back onto the point? Gets there. Overtime still ticked at the last moment. That was really close from the Tracer, but it's not gonna be enough. Green Leaves already conceding the first point, and yikes, that was just a complete lights moment. Pantheon Korea knows exactly what Green Leaves is gonna run. Gonna go for the dive comp, for the goats comp rather, in these fights, and have responded accordingly. Yeah, this might be a quick series here if Green Leaves is gonna be put out of their comfort zone. We'll see if they're gonna stick with the goats. Yes, they are gonna have the Ana instead, and we are going to be moving on to control center. A very strong goats map, but in the meantime, Pantheon Korea is still gonna be on that Pharah. Swan gonna just fly on in, and we will see a Mercy switch there from Kujiwoo. It's gonna be a Zenyatta here from backwall. So for Pantheon Korea, they still gonna have a relic support line with the Mercy and the Zen. Still very potent if used correctly. Swan now getting food damage boosted up. Some right clicks going their way. Pantheon Korea, this might be a scenario where they are the paper against the rock that is the goats. They're gonna go for the flank, but the concussive shot, trying to get the boop, doesn't really get much. Rejected now, hasn't been captured by either thing, but 2 kills now going the way so far of the PKR squad. Kadalis with a shot and a kill onto Serafi. Scenario gets taken down as well. And Pantheon Korea heavily in control of this fight. There's a free res there onto Swan. Every time a Mercy wins out the fight, can use the rest to put any player back into position. Doesn't need to come out from spawn anymore. And PKR here, absolutely solid defense so far. Will we see a switch? Yes, we do. We get the dive comp now here from Green Leaves. Not really the most common comp in control center, but it still works out. You can use the high ground to your advantage. Serafi and Cypher though gonna be on that Lucio Ana. Green Leaf's gonna go on to the left hand side. Inhyuk going for a few shots out once again. There's the dive now from Sunaiko, and he gets taken down by the pile driver. The Hammond just putting an absolute stain onto the face of the Winston. Self-destruct now comes on out. Will lead to a kill? No, it won't, but making the space here for PKR to push on in. Here comes the Wrecking Ball once again. And just, I love this Wrecking Ball Pharah combination here from Pantheon Korea. These guys playing this to an absolute T. Rocket Barrage still is available in PKR, just waiting on for an opportunity to strike. On the other hand, Kadalis and Kujiwoo ready with their ultimates as well. F1PH might want to trade this out. Here comes Green Leaves once again, gonna try and engage Nano Boost now on to Sunairo, and backwall gets taken down. Inhyuk though gonna go for the engage. 3 kills going the way now of Green Leaves, and finally they are able to make an opening in the tower defense so far of PKR. The positioning there for PKR not really the best. They were a little scattered too much, even though they have the Wrecking Ball who excels in solo play. You still need to be able to protect your team, and Serafi just going for the speed boost. They're able to get the capture. For now, Pantheon Korea gonna switch it out. It's gonna be Swan now on Sombra. Skulking around and look for a target or two. Might want to go for the hack onto the Winston or the Diva. Getting the hack on the Winston is more like a death sentinel there for the poor tank. Poor Gorilla can't even jump up using only 2 legs. It's the 4 for some reason. Has evolved, but in the meantime, Inhyuk on that Winston, a smartly player. There are many of us. There's a chance now from the side of backwall. Serafi sound barriers in response, but Sonaira has already fallen. Deadeye still available. Kadad is looking for a target or two. Self-destruct coming the way of the McCree. He cancels it in response. And a boost right now onto the side of F1. He's getting headshots, and there you go. 2 fall to the hand of McCree. The sick weighted counter kill. Gets the self-destruct onto the Murphy, and this is gonna be Diva now out in front trying to get some damage done, but Pantheon Korea already in a slightly lost fight as we have the Primal Rage now here from Sonaira. He gets hacked up and he's in a bad spot, just gets scored up, can't jump away, gets taken down by Swan. Perfect hack there, and as I was saying, the Sombra countering the Winston so heavily in these fights. The Swan coming in from the right hand side. EMP is available. He pops it. Gonna back off instead. In the meantime, F1 in the backline. Deadeye connects onto Inhyuk. Poki getting D-Mech, but both Divas now out of their suits. F1 with the headshot there onto Swan. And it looks like Green Lee's finally busting out the composition that we wouldn't expect from them. They've been playing the GOATs all throughout the tournament. And this is gonna be Green Leaves getting control of the points still. 81% right now in the progress, so both teams should only have one fight with them for the remainder of this. We now see the Lucio Zen and Brigitte composition here with the dive. They still keep Kadalis on the McCree, and they're gonna go on to the point once again. Kadalis now with a takedown onto F1. Pantheon Korea pushing on in once again. Deadeye now is available. Kadalis gonna pop a defense matrix in his face. Poki getting booped, and now we have a self-destruct onto the right hand side. Will lead to kill. No, it won't. Rally now from the side of Hoshimi. Transcendence though from backwall in response, but a good Bio Grenade gets 3. Skyfall making a play. Self-destruct though coming out from Sick. He has had big bombs, but this time it's gonna be a small explosion instead. Doesn't really get much. 3 now falling the way of PKR. Green Leaves taking control of this fight heavily. Primal Rage has been popped and Sonaira getting the revenge that he needs. Green Leaves, after a abysmal night market map, able to bring it back here on Control Center. But now we move on to Gardens, and this looks honestly in favor of the PKR squad, just how well they played the Pharah in the first place. I honestly feel like PKR will have the advantage in this one, unless like unless here in Green Leaves they're able to just shut down the Pharah Mercy in the first place. So F1 now looking for a shot or two. In the meantime, Green Leaves just trying to take control for the time being. There is a dive now from the Winston back wall, popping the Bio Grenade, but a lot of carnage out in front here of the PKR squad. Inyuk forced to go back into the front lines. And Green Leaves now taking control, taking care of both Swan and Kadala's. First stick and point will be taken here by the side of Green Leaves. Check out. Just looking at what Green Leaves is running, they have decided to go for the Tracer Sombra, something a little quicker than before. Green Leaves is now waiting for an opportunity to strike, and Swan into the left hand side, gonna go for a swing or two. Sonaira getting booped, Kadala's with a shot onto F1, gets a shot onto Seraphie as well, but Lucio staying alive for the time being. Green Leaves though in a bad spot, gets dove on by PKR. It's gonna be Skyfall though, popping the Coalescence for the time being. A nano boosted Winston interface. Inyuk just rampaging. There's the fade now. The Moira trying to stay alive, and once again Skyfall playing absolutely aggressively is able to get the kill onto Kadales. The Widowmaker's trying to get the shot onto the slender body of the Moira, but still Pantheon Korea able to bring it back and get the flip. Self-destruct now is available here for Sick. On the other hand, Inyuk ready with the Primal Rage as well. On the other hand, EMP available here for Shimi, but he gets caught out in the corner, doesn't even bother translocating. He's just gonna die anyway. But now Green Leaves is gonna play a little more individualistic with this Tracer in play. Might go for a Pulse Bomb stick and get a pick onto one of the supports. Kadala's though gonna pop the infra side. Will this be enough here for the Pantheon squad to get the picks that they need? There's the dive, and there's the self-destruct up in the air. Gets absolutely nothing. I really never understood how the map geometry is able to protect you from the nuke in the first place. But there is no collision here in terms of environments. So 1-for-1 trade so far here for Green Leaves, going for a few shots onto back wall. Sick right now, gonna dive on by, gonna go for the drive-by. Self-destruct now is available for this Diva, and we'll have to contend with the Tracer out in front. A Primal Rage though popped up by Sonaira to try and force things out. Self-destruct now from Sick to get the mech back, to get back into the fight a lot quicker than he should. Just forcing out the tanks all the way off the point. Pulse from now connecting onto the Diva. Inhyuk gets taken apart. Here comes Swan once again, swooping in with the Brigitte. Has the rally, pops it, wants to engage with the rest of the team. There's you go with the Soundbire from Kojiru. The Pantheon Korea staying headstrong onto this point, just butting heads with the oncoming Green League squads. But there's a Coalescence now from Skyfall. So Green League's not out of this fight yet. The Moira looking for a target to actually whittle down and take down. Bio Orb comes on out, and look at all that healing there by the Moira. It might be enough to keep Sonaira alive in this fight to get the Primal Rage. Self-destruct now from the side of Green Leaves, forcing PKR out for the time being. But an nano boosted Winston will be the primary staging point here by PKR. Soundbire now in response by Seraphie. Green Leaves putting it up all on the line. Gonna be backhold, forced to fall into the abyss. And this is gonna be the Japanese squad taking control of the point. But for now, PKR at that 99% for the time being. Will they able to keep this up in the next attack? They really just need to win one more clash to actually take the map here. Kadalis though gets spotted out. This might be a 1v1 between F1 and Kadalis. Swan can turn things around. Just give a repair pack there. There you go. So extra HP here on the Tracer. Will take it to the favor of the Tracer. There's the EMP, however, from the side of Hoshimi. F1 now diving on in, and Pokey with the kill. Coalescence still available. Self-Shock now coming on out from the side of PKR. But honestly, a little questionable there for Sick. Didn't need to use that in that fight. Could have saved it because it's gonna be PKR forced to retreat, just getting taken apart one by one. There's a Coalescence. Sick cornered, gets taken out as well. And this Green Leaves now heavily in control of the point. One last clash is all PKR has. Can they actually make a scout? This might be hero time here for Serafi. If they go through the bridge, no they don't. They don't want to deal with the Lucio Boop or anything else in the side of Green Leaves. Contest now comes on out thanks to Kadalis, and we have the rally here from Swan. But here comes the PKR Swan coming on from the right hand side. Pulse Bomb now connecting, doesn't really get much. Sick with the kill already on to Sanara, but he gets hacked up. Self-Destruct here from Pokey. He needs to get the mech back, but he's already fallen. F1 on the other hand with the counter kill. Backwall gets taken apart, and no recall finally gets it at the last second. The Tracer stays alive at the last moment. Kochiwa still has a sound barrier, and that boom was absolutely essential. But there's the Pulse Bomb. Good movement there from both the Diva and the Lucio to go in separate directions. A dive now comes on out. Pokey switching over to the Wrecking Ball for the time being. Primal Rage now is pop. Sound barrier there on to 3. Counter sound barrier to get 5. And Sick getting the mech back up. For now, PKR still trying to get control of this point, but it's gonna be a stagger on in, and Backwall gets spotted out and taken out. Inhyuk does get the nano boost, but he's not doing enough damage. Finally gets the kill onto Scenario. Primal Rage is available. Skyfall runs out of gas and HP. F1 though on the dupe is trying to play this out. Kadalis with the Pulse Bomb there gets the stick. EMP comes on out, but honestly a slight misplay from both Oshimi and Pokey. The Wrecking Ball was going for the swing, and it knocked the Tracer off. Serafi now with the wall ride will get taken out. Gonna be the Winston in the backline, so Nairo trying to stay alive, but won't get much. Hoshimi with the hack and the translocate to go for the flip, but it's not gonna be up. He's gonna get run over. PKR takes this. GE Pantheon Korea taking the second map. Stellar performance from both squads, but now PKR just 2 maps away from victory thanks to that one game bye. The game going to Swan. Stellar performance on the Pharah. Just check this out once again. Look at those shots connecting. He got some credit for the suicides as well. So just that game between Green Leaves and Pantheon Korea. So close between those two. I really love how Green Leaves actually responded in that one. What they did was whip out these lineups that we didn't really see in the other broadcasted matches. For Green Leaves, they were like, we're gonna run goats, we're gonna run roads, we're gonna run goats. But now everything is on the line for the grand finals. They're not gonna hide any strats anymore from the streams, from the recordings, or from their opponents. They tried the best, especially Control Center getting flipped in their way. But in that Gardens map, a slight misplay from the Wrecking Ball and the Sombra really not working out in their favor. Could have gone for the EMP first before the roll around, but it is what it is. They lost the point in the first place thanks to the unstoppable force that was PKR. And we are gonna move on to King's Row. Just gonna check out the map pool real quick. So we really can't actually switch out the hybrid maps. Well, we can, but our map number 3 for the time being will be King's Row. We should update that when we get our next map. So yeah, there you go. Map number 3 is hybrid. We get King's Row. And then our map number 4 will be Escort. Lijiang Tower already going the way of PKR. And it looks like they are gonna be on the first defense. So kudos to them. Can they actually hold it in this one? Can they make it count? As we go into the game, King's Row are honestly our usual stomping grounds. Where else do we go for intense Overwatch action rather than King's Row? So welcome back, guys, and we are now into game number 3 between PKR and Green Leaves. First map played went the way of PKR and Lijiang Tower 2-1, and the first match of the series was an automatic upper bracket advantage there from PKR. So this is gonna be map number 3. Can they just go for the sweep in this one? That'll be a very quick one, honestly, if PKR takes this and the Next upcoming map, which will be Escort. On the other hand, Green Leaves has thrown such a position of strength here on King's Row. Can they keep it up and win out and more or less try to catch up with the score that PKR already has? Looking at the lineups from these two teams, interesting to note, we don't have a GOAT automatically locked in here for Green Leaves. We might actually see a Wrecking Ball, not really something that Green Leaves has whipped out throughout the tournament. On the other hand, PKR with the Orisa Junkrat, solid defense here, will also be on the Orisa and the Junkrat. On the other hand, here's Backwall on the Zenyatta, Kaju on the Mercy. So you'll expect it to be most likely Backwall switching over to a Lucio and Kaju into an Ana. It all depends on what's most comfortable here for the two squads. On the other hand, Pantheon Korea will whip out the Widowmaker. So this defense is very strong on King's Row for two things. Junkrat can easily just get rid of any indoor pressure with those grenades. Kadales also on watchpoint duty, go for a shot or two onto any flyers. On the other hand, Green Leaves finally switching things up. We will see them go for the bread and butter. We'll have the triple tank and a two support combination. So it's a GOATS, yes, but it's a GOATS without a Brigitte. Of all things, it's the Brigitte who gets cancelled out. It's gonna be Hoshimi on the Sombra. And that's honestly interesting. I would have expected F1 to not be on the Zarya maybe, and Hoshimi on the Brigitte for the Sombra, but Green Leaves gonna try something a little different. And Inhook now up on top. There's the contest here from the side of Green Leaves. Pokey with the dive gets rid of Backwall. Can they get the res? No, they can't. Kujiu all the way out of position, just keeping Swan topped up. But he's the only healer anyway. Inhook trying to go for some shots. I love the strategy here from Green Leaves, just looking upward at PKR, daring them to come on down. Sick and Inhook both get taken out. And this is gonna be PKR finally shedding some blood in this tournament. That was an absolutely horrid defense there from PKR, perfectly read by Green Leaves. They just went downstairs and the pick there onto Backwall. Literally put their backs against the wall, couldn't really do anything. Backwall once again falls, so Zenyatta struggling heavily in this fight. Might see a switch now here from, there you go, Kaju switching over to the Lucio. Backwall on the Ana. So I got it messed up a while ago, and it really goes to show what these players are more comfortable with in the first place. Green Leaves though out in front, going for a few rag clicks here and there. F1 though, 100 energy to his name. Swan tossing a few grenades as well. Wants to charge up the Triptire for the time being. On the other hand, Korea was trying to keep this up. Inhyuk with a claw and goes for the pile driver into the backline, just disrupting the advance here from Green Leaves. But never mind, they're like, we're just gonna ignore the wrecking ball, go for the speed boost, gets to Riptire that comes on up. Swan doesn't get much, just gets torn apart here by the Zarya. Self-destruct now comes out into play by Pokey to get the remake, and Green Leaves now still in control of this. Sick with the takedown because F1 having too much energy to his name. So the Zarya blowing himself up at the same time, getting torn apart by the micro missiles as well as the fusion cannons. Pokey though able to get rid of the annoying little hamster in the backline. There's the EMP now, there's the push, charge comes out, Sick gets D-Mech, can't pop the self-destruct as well. Sound Baron now is gonna be into play. So it's gonna be Green Leaves moving on in to the second checkpoint. No one pushing the payload, however. This can be a contest here from the side of PKR. They just give it up after the side. So Green Leaves showing this is their map. This has been their comfort map all throughout this series. Losing almost always on Horizon Lunar Colony and winning here on King's Road to seal the deal. These guys know this map, every nook and cranny, how to play it, how to go for the speed boost. And now two ultimates ready to the name, the Shatter and the Graviton. There you go, put Sick to the corner, doesn't get the kill. Oh, the Sleep Dart connects, and now there's a self-destruct onto the sleeping Reinhardt. That is absolutely BM there from Sick, putting it on top. He's like, you're not gonna get the charge onto me. And that's gonna be a kill instead. F1 will be able to go for the reset now, just drops down into the hole. In the meantime, Hoshimi translocating out. So Green Leaves all the way back outside, not having the position, not having any infiltrators in play. but they will have the EMP in just about a bit. The next fight will be seeing the purple light coming out from the Green Leaf squad. Kadales though still sticking on that Widowmaker, gonna go for a retreat. Once again, snipe onto the blue shot. It's not gonna be enough. There's the minefield now, as well as the nano boost. Hoshimi being juggled, almost gets torn apart by the machine guns. Inyuk though all the way in the backline once again. Sonara now wants to go for the push, but the mines all the way. There's the boop into the mines. Inyuk with the takedown onto one. Kadales getting the snipe as well onto Hoshimi. And that was a stellar play there from Pantheon Korea, using the mines as a choke point and literally making Green Leaves hesitate to come on in. And with that small hesitation, the Widowmaker and the Ana able to capitalize. So PKR, when Inhyuk is on this wrecking ball, it's a whole different ball game to say the least. Look how fast and furious he actually moves around. Self-destruct though is available here for Sick, and even taking up this second floor perch, can go for a kamikaze play. Kojiwa though being jumped on, gets taken down. EMP now comes on. Now there'll be a retreat here from PKR, but Swan gets caught in by the Graviton Surge, has to die this time, as well as Kadales. So it's gonna be Skyfall's had Kadales' number all series, even in lost situations. Self-destruct now comes on out into the middle. Sick just feeding some energy there to the Zarya. The corner once again covered by mines. Inhyuk just being such a distraction will allow Sick to get a takedown. Hashimi though with a counter kill. Inhyuk falls into the abyss, but no one will remember the hamster anyway as he's died. Hoshimi now looking for a way to get the half, but Kojiwa is still ready with the Valkyrie. So physically Pantheon Korea going for the push in once again. Swan right now prime with the arrow to the left hand side. The Hanzo and the Sombra staring at each other. And Kadales finally getting the kill. But even though it was a little cute stagger there from PKR, they still fed Hoshimi a lot of ult charge in that one. But anyway, it works out in their favor as Green Leaves has decided to go for the Widowmaker instead. So it's gonna be double sniper versus double sniper. The best way to deal with the opposite sniper is your own. But it's still gonna be a hamster in play, and he can just be such a hamper to a Widow as well as a Hanzo. Side now pop here. Sound barrier gonna be placed in response as the corner now being pushed with the payload. Here comes the self-destruct into the middle. Big bomb gets one. On the other hand, here comes Sonara onto the left hand side. Nano boost once again onto Inhyuk. He's gonna get the mines. He's gonna go for the swing around and gets back into the loving arms of his supports. Back wall with a pick off onto Skyfall, and that's a problem with playing way too aggressively. You can get picked off early into a fight. And Yok now popping the mines onto the payload as the two tanks push on into the spawn. Sonara takes a nap there but gets caught out by the self-destruct out in front, has to hide and loses the Prime Rage in this fight. Green Leaves coming up to the end of the map. Can they make it? The Ana caught in and back wall gets zapped up by Sonara. Swan now switching over to the Doomfist looking for a target or two. It's gonna be F1 taken out, but Hashimi with the counter kill. Inyuk popping the shield to get as much tanking potential as he can, but Pogi with a takedown. There's Hoshimi once again with those free shots, gets rid of Kojiwa. Kadales gets taken out as well. For now, it's Sick as well as Backwall with the contested Tracer and the Diva. Gonna be the Doomfist falling so quickly, but the stagger is pretty solid here from the side of PKR. Just coming in one at a time, but the headshots going the way of Hoshimi. Look at those kills. The Widowmaker just filling it up. Self-destruct now comes on out. We have Kadales now. Sound barrier this time from Swan to prevent any pickoffs from the Doomfist. Sick and Backwell coming in at the same time. It's the Tracer first to fall. Kojiwa swooping in once again. Here comes the Wrecking Ball, and this is gonna be a cha-cha here between PKR. They're gonna try their best to go with these staggers and at least get a killer or two, but so far it hasn't been working. They're still getting members onto the payload. However, the payload hasn't moved since that 1.22 for the past minute. Perfect timing there from Backwall to swoop on in. Kojiwa once again on the fight. Sick is gonna come now. 1.15, but they're running out of time here for the side of Green Leaves. Finally they get the DMEC, but there's a Doofus back again into the fight. There's a Wrecking Ball back into the fight. This is actually getting annoying here for the side of Green Leaves. Here comes PKR once again. Kojiwa with the speed boost in. Backwall at the last moment. Look at how little the payload move in that last part. They finished the round, but they get the overtime. Stellar work there from PKR, even though as they faltered in that defense. That stagger, absolutely amazing. How long did that go? It's like more than a minute plus. But PK and R will be on the attack, and this looks good for them. If they can finish the map with some time, with over a minute of time, they're gonna be the only one with an exclusive attack for the next set of rounds. So far, so good here for the side of PKR. They have put themselves in a prime position to strike in the first place. In the meantime, we'll see what Green Leaves is gonna try to go for on defense. And it looks like they're gonna go for the standard goats, the tried and tested, something they feel at home to. Literally, the skin of Green Leaves is covered by the fur of the goats. They're gonna go and set up on the right hand side. Interesting enough. This is a pathway less taken by the defense, more so by any rotating attacks. Gonna be the Ryan and the Zarya here, and oh, are they really gonna defend in this area? That'll be interesting. That's completely new here from Green Leaves. They're gonna drop on down, gonna use Pokey as a carrot on a stick here, and hopefully the bunnies of Pantheon Korea can dive on in instead.
Understood. Affirmative. Attack the objective.
Pantheon Korea now gonna go for the sleep dart. Doesn't really do much there onto Pokey, but Kadalis with the headshot there, putting the Diva in dire straits, has to back off. Pantheon Korea gonna have this Widowmaker Genji offense. On the other hand, Green Leaf still hiding up on top, and finally they drop one down. So their creativity not really gonna flourish in this one. No movement in from PKR. Honestly, it looked like they were expecting for the GOAT speed boost in, and they were waiting for a charge or speed boost out for themselves. Nairo though, just hiding around, crouching. You rarely see a Reinhardt actually crouch like that. And it's gonna be Inhyuk going for the contest to try and force Green Leaves to actually engage on in. There's the charge now. Swan has switched over to the Pharah with Kujiu on his mercy, and these two tag teaming so well. Swan making it rain from above once again. The Pharah Mercy out in the skies, gaining the kills. And every time they see the goats, Pantheon Korea enjoys it. They just love the gimme here from Green Leaves. We now see a switch onto the Sombra, because Swan and Kujiu here are so stellar with their pairing. Swan just getting those shots on out, using the splash damage to fruition. We'll see if PKR can have the same sort of success, because 5 minutes now remaining here for PKR. A lot of time to work with. Hoshimi does get the assassination of Kadalis, will translocate away as well. On the other hand, PKR now gonna go for the push, and Kadalis switching over to the McCree to try and deal with the Sombra in play. Flashbang is such a good tool against the hacker. Because he's channeling the hack, go for the flashbang and the kill so quickly. Can't translocate away as well. Swan now out into the sky, and this is gonna be Serafi and Sonairo playing extremely aggressively, to be honest. Green Leaves gonna take the fight to the spawn of PKR. They get punished accordingly. Serafi all the way through the spawn. Skyfall gets caught out as well. That was a little questionable there from PKR. If they wanted, for Green Leaves rather, if they wanted to reset, they could have just backed off and fought somewhere a little more standard. Now they're losing all their members as Swan just flies up over the buildings just like Peter Pan used to. Hoshimi though gets caught out, and Rocket Barrage still in check. Translocate now is been playing. Swan looking for the Sombra. He knows he's here somewhere on the prowl. Hoshimi though in the first place he least expects, up on top on the girders. The Sombra now skulking around, and he might get the proper EMP in this fight. Gravity Surge is already in queue here for Green Leaves. There's the EMP grounding the Pharah. Gravity Surge comes on out. The Nano Boost gets wasted. The Flyers get torn apart back into the ground, just like Icarus used to be. And Kadalis back wall as well as Sick gonna back off. Inhyuk just dropping himself to his death.
Healing stream engaged. I will not waste this opportunity. Someone get the payload moving.
3 ultimates now ready here for PKR. They're gonna go for the push. PKR now up on top once again. Rocket Barrage is available. There's a jump here from Sundairo. It's gonna be a Rocket Barrage in play as well as the Valkyrie. But Pokey wins to the Self-Destruct soaring into the sky, able to get down the immobile Pharah. Inhyuk put back into commission. We have a Self-Destruct as well from Sick. Doesn't really get much. And in the meantime, here comes Green Leaves pushing on in once again. The screaming face of the McCree goes onto Diana. And this is gonna be Skyfall bopping the Nano Boost there onto F1. High energy, just trying to tear apart Sick. He's gonna take a nap and he's gonna lose his mech. He even gets halved up. Can pop the new Self-Destruct just in case. But Green Leaves now caught in this corner, can get taken apart by the oncoming PKA Swatch. They have Swan switching over now to the Sombra, and Kadala's over to the Tracer. So this is gonna be a fight PKAR wants to keep up. Swan now going for the assassination there onto the enemy Lucio, but gets hacked up instead and gets taken down. Sick out in front, the tank line now decimating the opposite tank line of Green Leaves. Something out of character honestly, as PKR right now pushing in with their tanks, akin to what Green Leaves loves to do in the first place. Hoshimi trying to do some damage, gets a sound barrier to keep the push alive. Can Green Leaves keep this up with the Sombra and the Lucio primarily? Backwall getting picked off, and Green Leaves now coming back to the payload, gonna push on out, waiting for the Winston to come back into the fight. Inhyuk out in front once again, the two Winstons just tasing each other. There's the Primal Rage now from Sundairo, and it's an EMP. It's a huge EMP here from the side of Green Leaves, but no follow-up. Sundairo not doing enough damage. There's an EMP this time from Swan. Self-Destruct, the Bright Light gets absolutely nothing. They get the D-Mech however onto Pokey. Kadales comes on in once again. That's gonna be a kill onto one, but the Baby Diva with a pick-off, just whipping out the Bunny Bluster, trying to get some damage done, but finally here comes the bigger Diva, the older sister, trying to get some damage done. Pokey getting the mech back. No focus fire there onto the Diva of Green Leaves. That'll be a Self-Destruct in their face. Contest comes on out, gets absolutely nothing. Pulse Bomb onto the floor, gets a pick off onto the Mercy, and that was a huge mistake there from PKR, not killing the Baby Diva in time, allowing the space to be created there by the Self-Destruct. A minute remaining and PKR hesitating in this fight already, trying to figure out if they want to go for the jump out. It's gonna be Inhyuk allowing himself to die. So one more fight here for PKR into the upcoming minutes. Coalescence is available higher for Skyfall, and he can just tear apart anyone foolish enough to be in his path. On the other hand, Swan will have the EMP, can cancel out any of those channeling ults. And Swan now getting into position. He might just go for the passive charge if he doesn't want to get spotted out. But Skyfall gets taken down. Hoshimi gets hacked up. And there's the kill, getting his revenge. Inhyuk with the dive. 15 seconds remaining. Can Pantheon Korea do this? As Serafi with the assassination there on the back wall. We have an EMP right now. Self-Destruct coming out from the right hand side. And it's gonna be F1 getting punched up and taken out by Inhyuk. 3 seconds remaining. Can they keep this up as the overtime should start out? Primal Rage is pop. Pokey with the Self-Destruct onto the ground. Gets absolutely nothing. Kojimi trying to back off. And Inhyuk up on top once again. But another EMP, this time from the side of Green Leaves. Trying to turn things around. Back wall with a kill onto one. But it won't be enough. Swan pushing on in once again. There's a Pulse Bomb now. F1 trying to turn things around with a pick off. But it's not going to work out in his favor. Pokey there getting the mech. Pantheon Korea with the advantage. But Hoshimi still getting the damage done. The two Sombras though are just turning out the lights of various members of both teams. But Pokey now the lone survivor, he gets swept up. And that's gonna be the payload reaching the second checkpoint. A minute 30 here for PKRs. It looks like both teams, if PKR can finish this, can have a next round. EMP is available and Swan is still waiting for an opportunity to strike. The Nano Boost is available though for backwall as well. So maybe Inhyuk can go for the dive. Just try to get the play in the first place. There's the Nano Boost right now. But F1 alongside the rest of the Green League squad just speed boosting and trying to get the damage done. They get the D-Mech, but it's gonna be Self-Destruct now pop by the side of GVP KR, and the space being made there by the Self-Destruct allowing Skyfall to be isolated and taken down. Green Leaves now getting picked off one by one. The payload close to the end. Can they actually make it, however? Push it to the limit and get the second round out and about. Both the Sombras now just hiding. Look how cheeky these two guys are, just crouching around. Hoshimi into the backline once again. Gets the EMP now straight at the heart of the attack. Okay, even gets a pick off now to Inhyuk. We have a coalescence now from Skyfall, just trying to push on in. Green Leaves getting more or less the wipe. for PKR, they need to go for the stealthy plays, but Sick is forced to drop himself into the abyss. Could you actually getting the hide here into the side, but gets spotted out by the Winston. He gets taken down. Gabi Swan now forced to uncloak and get the push on out. Payload now moves on in. EMP comes. Skyfall gets torn apart. We have a soundbar from Serafi to try and save the Moira, but it's too late. Instead, they're gonna use it to fight in this engagement. Self-destruct now comes on out, leads to absolutely nothing for the time being. There's a jump on in from PKR. Kadalis though, heading out duel thanks to the hack there from Hoshimi. Skyfall now onto the Bastion as well. Wants to get into position. Self-destruct is there, but he doesn't really have the proper sightlines of the upcoming PKR squad. EMP this time from Hoshimi will allow the Bastion to get some free hits. Kojiu is targeted up, and the Sand Barrier can't be used in this play. Green Leaves looks like they're gonna be able to hold this with the Bastion just doing all this damage. Skyfall with the proper switch, and that's gonna be the end. Green Leaves getting on the board here on King's Row.
Play of the game.
Play of the game there, going to Scenario. Stellar stuff here from Green Leaves, running something a little different, playing that not goats, playing that dive, and they absolutely deserve King's Row and this victory. We might see a reconnect there from the side of Green Leaves, but anyway, solid ground right there from Green Leaves. These guys know King's Row with their heart, with their soul. PKR making a few mistakes there at the end. Honestly, the Lucio getting picked off at that, not really the best time. Sick dropping down at that time, not really the best time. Could have done it earlier, could have gone for the 6-man push. But instead, they did try with that EMP. The EMPs were pretty spot on, but no real follow-up there from either side, to be honest. It was Green Leaves, though, getting a little more value out of that EMP in those fights. And just the Bastion at the end, tearing apart the oncoming squad. So it is what it is. We are gonna move now into a next map, and I guess we are gonna take a 5-minute break in quote-unquote the half-minute mark. We'll be right back as soon as the players get ready. In the meantime, our map pool will either be Watchpoint, Gibraltar, or Rialto for the next one. So stay tuned. Hopefully, we can actually have a long series in this one. So kick back, relax. We'll be back in just a few minutes until the players are ready. See you guys in just a bit.
Welcome to Rialto.
So welcome back, guys, and looks like our break is over, and we are gonna be moving on to Rialto next. Just looking at our map pool real quick, we are gonna get Rialto now into play. No more Watchboard Gibraltar. So checking out the scores so far, it's still Global Esports with the 2-1 advantage, as we did get Kings Row for our third map. On the other hand, here we go with Rialto, so we are more than likely to get map number 5, and I fully expect to see HLC now to try and contend with the weakness Green Leaves has been showing on that map. But it all depends on if PKR can play it in the first place. This is gonna be map number 4 in this one. The real question is, can they keep this up, as we have PKR now on the first defense, and on the other hand, it's Green Leaves on the attack. We have Backwall on the other, Kadalis on the Widowmaker, Sick on the Zarya, Kajiu on the Mercy, Inhyuk on the Reinhardt, and here you go with Swan on the Pharah. On the other hand, here for Green Leaves, we have Serafi on the Lucio, F1 PHT on the Genji, Skyfall on the Moira, Sonaro on the Wrecking Ball, here Sushimi on the Sombra, and Poki on the Diva. So for now, Green Leaves probably trying to figure out what configuration they want to run. In the meantime, Pantheon Korea already with their comfort pick, gonna be that Kojiwu Swan pairing up in the sky, very strong here on Rialto. Pretty much a big reason why PKR picked it up, very strong in the first point, and actually really good at defending this. They choked a little at the end, so maybe this time PKR has solved their last defense issues of the first point and have adjusted accordingly. We do see the dive composition here for the attack, and Hoshimi gonna be on the Sobra. We'll want to try to get the half onto either the Pharah or the Mercy to make them fall to the ground and just get beaten up by the oncoming dive squad. But for now, Green Leaves gonna have an infiltration project onto the plaza. The two snipers just crouching there, Kadalis and Backwall, having their backs to each other. We see the Venomine getting picked off, and now Hoshimi going for the assassination. There's the dive onto Backwall. Good bubble there from Sick. Will it be enough, however, as Kadalis has to re-rotate, is caught between a Sombra and a hard place. There's the dive now from the Winston. The payload is literally left behind here by the oncoming attack, and Green Leaves playing a quick little TDM, trying to get some kills in this fight. But Kadalis now with the pick off onto one, make that 3 picks here for PKR. Green Leaves beaten back, and the payload not even getting any progress in this fight. Oh, Swan even getting the boot. The team kill is in effect, and that's what the dive comp does on the attack. They're gonna try to run rampant in the plaza, make it into a zoo instead. Even though there's just 1-3, it'll be, oh, welcome to the jungle here for PKR. In the meantime, Green Leaf just hiding onto the left-hand side. Doesn't want to get sniped up by Kadalis or get splash damage onto them, courtesy of Swan. Swan now just tossing some shots out once again, has the damage boost, tanks in part of Kojiwu. Inverside is there, and they know where Hoshimi is. He is forced to decloak immediately and just be a normal frontline soldier instead. The Zarya trying to get away, and it could be Sick now getting the counter kill instead, but the 1-for-1 trade so far thanks to the dive in by Serafi and the Diva. Finally the payload getting some movement out, but Kadal is still in the proper spot, able to get some picks here, wants to get a shot out onto the Moira, but enough is enough, says Inhyuk. He puts the shatter, putting the Skyfall to the ground, just forcing him to get back down to earth. And Pantheon Korea, with 3 ultimates in their name, Swan just looking for a target or 2 in this fight. On the other hand, F1 PHT gonna be on that Genji. Can Green Leaves keep this up in the first place, as they're gonna hide in the meantime? Self-destruct should be out, so a lot of ultimates into the next fight here for Green Leaves. They just need to get that little extra bit of charge, as Oshimi now waiting for an opportunity to strike. Kadal is a little too focused in, they'll be able to get out, and here comes Swan with the rocket barrage, gets 2, meets a self-destruct, and meets his demise. In the meantime, the 2 DPS have fallen, and Green Leaves will capitalize with the EMP, getting all 4. Perfect positioning there from Hoshimi. The Graviton Surge kept in check. Inhyuk though, needing no technology, just gonna go medieval onto the oncoming attack. Misses the fire strike at the end, could have gotten the kill there onto the Sombra. A minute remaining, and looks like Pantheon Korea repeating similar mistakes, just having the same old sins. But Kojiwu gonna go for the contest, will pop the Valkyrie, just being as pesky as he can. Graviton Surge now onto the two offensive players here from Green Leaves. Both the Moira and the Genji get taken down, and a very smart player there from Kojiwu to drop on down from to the other side and get the contest in, while the rest of his team just deals with the oncoming attack. Stellar stuff there from PKR. Absolute trust in both the Mercy and the rest of the team to get those kills. And now, less than a minute remaining, finally Pantheon Korea able to hold in the archway. 15 seconds remaining. It's gonna be up to Skyfall to get the kill or two with this Coalescence. But on the other hand, Swan already has other plans, making it rain. They're into the middle pathway. The rockets just causing craters on the pavement. We do see a contest right now. Charge comes on out, doesn't really get much. Overtime now has been popped. And for now, it's gonna be Pantheon Korea started having an advantage till Hoshimi gets a pick up onto back wall. Huge pick to get the Ana, lessening the healing potential here. Kojiwu in dire straits, almost falls, needs to get the res out onto the Ana, but here comes the Moira. Gonna be Swando turning things around, gets to, Reflect comes on out, Sick onto the point, gets taken down. And once again, Pantheon Korea, I don't know if these guys just choke at it, but are honestly cursed. The first point always lost at overtime. PKR was plagued by that one issue. Their defense on the second point has always been stellar, however, so it's gonna be a double sniper competition now here for PKR. Gonna have the Ryan and the Ana ultimates in play as well. Sonaira though gonna go for a quick little peek. Gets screamed at there by the Widowmaker, just you peeping Tom. Sonaira now gonna force to be backed out, and here's the Shatter now in Hyuk, wants to engage into this and wants it right now. Kadal is even gonna get the headshot there onto the Sombra. A Dragon Blade though is forced out, and F1PH with a kill onto one, trying to get another kill, but Sick once again will shut him down. Coalescence this time coming out, and PKR forced to retreat back into the corner, using the buildings as cover. Hyuk though gonna march on by like a little soldier that he is. The Valkyrie is available here for Kojiwu, can use it into this next fight, as potent as it can be. The extra healing and the extra damage boost just crisscrossing around the PKR squad. So good with those two snipers. Sound barrier though is available, and Serafi just admiring the architecture up on top, finally moving the payload. And we'll go for the speed boost. So here comes Green Leaves on the offensive. Graviton Surge now comes on out. Sound barrier in response, but F1 just way too low HP, will get taken out by the Storm Arrows. 1-for-1 trade so far. Swan with the Sonic Arrow this time onto the Sombra. Doesn't need the Sonic Arrow to spot out the Sombra when you literally get him with the tip of the sensor. Another set of kills here for both sides, but it's gonna be a push here from the side of Green Leaves till Hyuk gets the Shatter on out. Swan able to capitalize to take care of both Skyfall and Poppy. On the other hand, Green Leaves playing a little patiently, using the rest of the squad as a distraction. Serafi being a little much a bait honestly. Will Swan actually fall for it and go to the left hand side, as F1 is just waiting for an opportunity to strike. Sonaira though getting a headshot to his name. PKR right now, 20 seconds into the defense. Can they keep this up? This Coalescence is available here for Green Leaves. They can go in straight to the center and get the dive on out. On the other hand, Sonaira already taking a shot, needs to get healed up. Look at all the damage Kadalis is doing. Coalescence this time from Skyfall, giving him that extra movement speed. F1 doesn't have the Dragon Blade yet, but will try to get it in this engagement. Nano boost right now onto Hyuk, going for a few swings here and there. Swan the first to fall. There's a dive on in right now. The Genji still doesn't have the Dragon Blade, needs to get it to get above and beyond in this fight, but still gonna be Sick turning things around with the takedown onto the Winston already. Finally the self-destruct is there, gonna soar into the sky, and it's gonna be Kadalis losing the visor and his head. On the other hand, Green Leaves will have to contend with the oncoming onslaught, but it's not gonna be enough. There you go, the Shatter at the end. Perfect Graviton Surge comes on out from Sick as well. The round 1 is over, and Pantheon Korea holding them to the halfway point of the map.
Switching sides.
Slow sim, please pause. So we're gonna get a quick little pause right there, and we're gonna get DC. So Serafi must be struggling with some internet issues right now. Hopefully he can get on by and get back into the game as soon as possible. But really goes to show PKR having the same story in what? How many games? How many series? First point always given at the end, but the second point, solid hold there from PKR. Graviton Surge into the corner, try and deal with the Moira to just try and get the damage done, which they do. It was a valiant attempt there from F1 to get all the way to the back line and get rid of the Widowmaker. Just wasn't enough, just not having enough Swiss strikes to get back into the fight fast enough. Good positioning there from PKR, honestly, to put Kadalis in such a commitment of a position for the Genji. And now we'll see what they're gonna run on the attack. What PKR has been nothing short of stellar, showing you guys how to play against the GOATs with the Pharah and the Mercy. When the teams try it, the Pharah Mercy Junkrat combination, but PKR knows exactly how to play around it. They don't even run with the Junkrat anymore for that combination. They just go with the Widowmaker instead, which is not very good against GOATs in the first place. But when you have a Pharah that can dominate the skies like that, can just easily bombard the ground, it's honestly PKR's game to win with a setup like that. But anyway, we're back into our game. Seraphie now getting the reconnect back on, and we'll see if Green Leaves can actually hold them here on Rialto. Pantheon with the one map advantage thanks to the upper bracket seeding. Beating out We Are Eternal in the upper bracket finals. We Are Eternal taking third place. But anyway, we are gonna see Green Leaves versus PKR for a few more maps. Hopefully, we can go for the long haul and get that 7 map sprint. Well, technically 6, but you know, best of 7 here. For the defense, however, we will see a Pharah Mercy from Green Leaves this time. Gonna try to emulate the success that PKR had in their defense. The real question is, does Hoshimi and Seraphie have the same chemistry on those two heroes? Seraphie, I've seen very good on the Lucio. Hoshimi, very good on the Sombra. But the real question is, do they work well in tandem together? Is Seraphie a decent enough Mercy to keep Hoshimi alive, and vice versa? Do these guys actually work together well in the pairing? Compared to these two, Swan and Kojiwu, it's not about Green Leaves being bad at the Pharah Mercy, it's just being PKR absolutely godly with it. These two guys have had this connection ever since the start of the Open Division, with this Pharah Mercy pairing, with the rest of their team just filing in suit. Now we will see a battle in the skies of Venice. Can Swan and Kojiwu outduel Hoshimi and Seraphie? But F1 PhD having a different configuration. This one goes for a shot there on the Swan. Won't be able to keep him up, however, thanks to Kojiwu. And now he's the duel between the two Pharahs. The Widowmaker trying to get a peek as well, but he has other problems, except for Kadalis versus F1 in the meantime. So these two DPS are just contesting one another. For the other hand, for the payload, back onto the ground. We do see the payload now stuck onto the side. Seraphie and Hoshimi just swooping in at the corner of the screen. They boop around sick and are able to get the takedown, but there's the rest right now. Can Swan get the kill or two, even without his Mercy into play? Poking with the kill onto Kadalis this time. Shatter comes on out. Sonara trying to go for the push, but a nano boosted Inhyuk is in his face, going for them swings. Will get the takedown onto the Reinhardt, and this is gonna be PKR trying to get in position to go for their own Shatter. It comes in, it's gonna be blocked by Pokey. Perfect bubble right there. Seraphie gonna swoop on by. F1 with another set of kills. Kadalis turning things around in their duel. But PKR already losing their members. Gonna be a Plaza defense successful here for Green Leaves. The payload not too far away, honestly. So halfway mark between the first corner and the second one. PKR gonna move on by, gonna take the high ground to try and allow Kadalis to get a headshot or two. But for now, Green Leaves knows exactly where the PKR squad is. Graviton Surge now is going to be in play, and it's in Hyuk. Charged up to the wall, gets taken down. Swan just floating on by Kojiwu, and Swan actually not really having the same impact that they should against Hoshimi and Seraphie. And these guys, neither of these pairings actually outdueling one another, but at the same time, the mere presence of Hoshimi and Seraphie in the skies, not allowing Swan and Kojiwu to do their standard kind of bombardment. Rocket Barrage now comes on out. There's the bubble as well. Swan just pointing it at the Pharah, but it's not gonna be enough. Inhyuk gets taken out by all those rockets. A Graviton Surge now from the side of 6. Swan with the combination gets 2. Transcendence is out. Skyfall just keeping the Mercy alive to put Sonairo back to work. The Reinhardt now getting back onto the payload as well, and Green Leaves heavily control of this first point. Swan actually gonna concede against the pairing here from Hoshimi and Serafi. Gonna be a Genji instead. Anubis right now on to Inhyuk once again. He takes down to Sonairo, getting out-dueled. We see a contest from the Pharmacy of all things, and they're gonna try to keep this payload in check. But Serafi getting beaten up, gets taken down by the Swift Strike. Both get cut up into ribbons by the Genji, clipping their wings. So this is what Swan's like. Okay, I can't win with the Pharmacy in this one, so instead I'm gonna go for the Genji and get those 2 kills. On the other hand, Pokey in prime position to go for the contest. Green Leaves moving on by. Once again, Shatter comes on out, but for a weird reason, the animation kind of lagging there. Just not gonna be enough. So Nairo now losing the barrier. Kusik might be able to get some shots out and charge up the Graviton. F1 though winning out the duel against Kadales. Gets the takedown, and look at the position here for the Widowmaker. Getting some shots on out onto the second floor. Shatter now from Sonairo doesn't really get much. Both teams just staring at each other. Both Reinhardts trying to get it done, but it's gonna be a rocket barrage here from Oshimi. Perfect Graviton Surge there from Green Leaves, putting a nail in the coffin here of PKR's attack. But at the same time, we're not out of the woods yet. The corpse hasn't been tossed in because Inhyuk wants to go to revive the chances with the Wrecking Ball. Cute and cuddly, deadly and fast. Inhyuk with the rollout. Will he make it to the payload? Yes, he does, but he dies immediately as he touches it. Perfect effort there from the Wrecking Ball. It's not enough. Gonzalez will die as well. Here comes Swan right now. Just discorded up, gets taken down. Sick next is to die. And that's gonna be Green Leaves taking it. So Green Leaves tying it up, and we have a series here.
Play of the game.
Play of the game going the way of Swan. And yeah, this is what I was saying. The Rockets absolutely stellar here from PKR, but honestly, just the presence of the Fire Mercy on the other side, just dissuading the two to get the kills. That's gonna be the round. Congratulations there to Green Leaves taking over Rialto. So it's gonna be PKR actually getting the map pick for the next one. We'll see if it's gonna be Horizon Lunar Colony. And I'm actually interested to see if they'll actually pick that up, because Green Leaves has shown they have been struggling on that map in the first place. But it might just be a bait and switch. Green Leaves are showing us these different configurations of their lineup that we haven't seen all tournament, besides the goats. How about the map art? So we're just gonna wait on the confirmation here for the next one, as the admins are in check. We are gonna get Anubis. That's actually interesting. We're gonna go into Anubis this time instead of Horizon Lunar Colony. I'm really expecting it, thanks to the previous showings there of Green Leaves. But yeah, there's our confirmation. Just check that out, guys, in a bit.
Now entering the Temple of Anubis.
We're gonna go into Temple of Anubis. We will see PKR on the first defense and Green Leaves on the first attack. Map number 5 in this one, and we might be in here for the long haul. So far, PKR honestly struggling in those last 2 maps to get a proper attack. Their defenses have been serviceable in the time banks that they forced out Green Leaves to. In King's Row, it was a extreme stagger at the end to force the overtime, and they're on Rialto, just getting the way halfway through to the map. But their attacks have been less than stellar. Is it because the Green Leaves is just having these perfect defenses, or is it PKR struggling to go on the aggressive with their lineups? But this time we are going to be moving on to Temple of Anubis, and we do have the Brigitte here for backwall. Kadales trying to figure out if he's going to go on the Hanzo or maybe the Widowmaker. Sick on the Diva, Kajiu on the Mercy, Inhyuk on the Orisa, and Swan on Junkrat. This has been a very popular pairing in the meta, really. The Orisa and the Junkrat has gotten a lot of popularity nowadays, and it's very strong with the halt and the grenades. Just allows splash damage and a lot of ult charge there for the Junkrat, and it perfectly counters the Goat's comp, because with the grenades to splash damage, he gets ult charged really quickly, akin to what the Pharah gets in the first place with the Rocket Barrage in play so quickly. But this time, it's not gonna be amateur hour. PKR trying to go for the spawn camp trap, but doesn't really get it in the time that Green Leaves comes on out. We do see the dive, however. F1, Poki, and Sonaro getting into position. There's gonna be Fire Grenade and Swan with the D-Mech already. Hoshimi gaining a pick off now onto Kadales, and Green Leaves swooping on by once again. They haven't really lost much, and for Green Leaves, they are getting the position that they need onto the point, even taking out Inhyuk. Huge pick right there, forcing PKR to stay inside the house. They even get a pick off onto Swan as Inhyuk gets rezzed on up. Skyfall just popping off, getting kills, takes 2 heads to his name. Half the point already taken. Green Leaves pushing on in with the dive comp once again. And I really feel like this finals is where Green Leaves is showing their strategies. Green Leaves hasn't shown this potential all throughout the bracket till now. If this was the Green Leaves of the previous rounds, they would just run goats and be done with it. But I love seeing this from Green Leaves, showing that they aren't just a one-trick pony, they've just been hiding their strats, and this time, they're unleashing the full force onto PKR, even with the amount of research they've done throughout the preparation. You can never be prepared for something you wouldn't expect your teammates, your opponent to play in the first place. As Hoshimi now with a pick off on this one. Primal Rage is available. Green Leaves all over the point. Transcendence is out and about. We do have a Doomfist, however. Kadala's getting taken out. And there's the EMP. The red light just filling up the screen. Green Leaves already with the team wipe, but Swan will resurrect. And it's gonna be a Primal Rage in front of the Riptire. Perfect timing there from Sonairo. And a tick taken. And the round is over. I feel like I want a refund or something. I'm the caster, right? But it really feels like Green Leaves has been holding back on me. And now this is the only time I've seen him actually play in the first place. Any kind of analysis you guys have done on Green Leaves prior to this about their previous matches, you can just throw that out the back. They play an amazing goats, yes, but all these compositions are a lot better than what they have shown so far. Hoshimi, an absolute beast on that Sombra. Serafi able to play the Mercy so well as well with a Pharah pairing, and just F1 out-dueling Gonzalez in those instances with the Widowmaker. A lot of impressions here made by Green Leaves. I can go on Skyfall on that Zenyatta, just tearing apart some heads, and how he plays so aggressively with the Moira, able to shut down any of those Widowmakers. Sonaro, perfect decision making as well to just get in front of the Riptire. On the other hand, Fonzie PKR, the thing about to criticize them for is the fact that even they're caught off guard with how strong Green Leaves is playing. PKR right now getting picked up. The moment Inhyuk died in the house, it was just literally a domino cascade there for PKR. It was the Zenyatta getting some kills, taking both the Junkrat and the Brigitte down. Just the 2 damage dealers here for PKR. But now they're gonna run the goats. And it's gonna be the shoe on the other foot here for PKR. They're the ones on the goats. On the other hand, it's Green Leaves with the counter strat, with the Orisa, as well as the Junkrat, and having the Widowmaker to boot to just deal with anyone else who gets straggled on behind. The Hold though getting eaten, good concussive mine to pop up all the tanks in the meantime, as F1 PhD already with 51% in his Riptire charge. So good rotation already from the Junkrat. Look how smart he plays. Just making it rain onto the doorway, trying to get as much ultimate charge in these fights. 97%! He's gonna have the Riptire in less than a minute at this rate. And he just needs one more grenade to prop onto the point. And he's gonna try to back off. Gonna launch it already here. He's gonna roll on by it from the top part. Gonna drop on down. And Swan will be the willing target. Coalescence this time from back wall. So Pantheon Korea not out of this yet. The Coalescence turning the sides with the healing. But Skyfall gets the bash. And just enough damage done there by F1 PhD once again. Hoshimi getting some headshots left and right. It's gonna be sick. Both T-Mech and taken down by the Widowmaker. So Green Leaves now in control of the point once again. Only conceding the first hit, Kojiwu forced it back on out. A perfect display there of rotations and understanding from Green Leaves, knowing exactly where PKR was gonna go, as well as allowing Hoshimi to literally go from the front line to the back line to interchange the back line and the front line. But this time it's Hoshimi forced it back on out. So F1 PhD, look at it, 67%. Oh no, 90%! Getting the trap there onto Kojiwu and will be able to get the kill. Is PKR still gonna force this out? They're gonna go up on top. And this can be very deadly here, because if they don't know, there is the rooftop of this thing actually can allow grenades to swoop on by, but instead here comes F1 PhD ready with the Ripstar in the first place after getting the launch onto Kojiwu. Will hide a little underneath the noses of the oncoming Korean squad. Swan on not seeing the Junkrat in the first place, and there's the Riptide. Now what is the retreat here for PKR? F1 PhD bring it to the other side. It gets the kill once again onto Kojiwu, with Lucio having a terrible time in Anubis. We now have a Valkyrie and a rally here. The Inhyuk getting launched into the sky. Will get the stun there onto the Junkrat once again. There's the double bash between the Brigitte and the Reinhardt. Hoshimi trying to get a pick or two, but a huge gravity surge here from the side of Gonzalez. Back wall with the Coalescence. Laser beams abound. Self-destruct now comes on out. Will it be enough? Yes, it is. PKR are finally turning things around with the Graviton surge. But honestly, at what cost? They had to use their ultimates in that fight, so they can't snowball in as they push on in. So Green Leaves just playing a little too aggressive with the Widowmaker. He gets caught on out. And that's gonna be PKR now moving into the Necropolis in this engagement. Still running the goats. On the other hand, we see switch now from the side of Green Leaves. They're gonna run the goats as well, but it's gonna be the Ana goats with a huge anti-heal. They're gonna go for the push right now. Saraki calling in for the beat and the beat sound. We do see Kadales caught out in the spawn. That's the wrong spawn, dude. You're gonna get taken out. Shatter now comes from the side of PKR. Inhyuk going for a swing of things. Firestrike comes on top. Hoshimi with the whip shot. A nano boost onto Sonaro and getting the charge there onto Inhyuk. Green Leaves pushing on in once again. Can they actually make it out? Sick trying to stay alive. Will get an anti-heal to his name. Good bubble there from Kadales, but it's gonna be Green Leaves trying to force things out. The Diva staying alive for the time being. Two ultimates ready here for PKR. The two supports can actually protect their team with both the Coalescence and the Sound Barrier. On the other hand, we have the Shatter now in play here for Snairo, so keep an eye out on him. If he gets a stun on out, it's gonna be a very easy win here for Green Leaves if they get the anti-heal as well. Both Reinhardt's now getting into position. There's the Shatter on the two. Sound Barrier in response. We do get the charge, and there's the rally. Self-destruct now coming out. Gravity surge as well into the middle line. Will lead to a kill. Self-destruct from the side of Green Leaves will get a counter kill as well, but still a 2-for-1 for the side of PKR. They have the advantage. Can they actually push on in? Trying to get the D-Mech, and it's gonna be Serafi as well as Poki taking the higher ground. Good wall right there from the Lucio to the dodge it, but it's gonna be Hoshimi onto the floor for the time being. Sound Barrier this time. The Lucio almost falls. Able to stay alive in this fight. The point already being contested here by PKR, but they're losing members thanks to the charge and the hammer swings. This is gonna be another successful hold here for Green Leaves. And Sick just being bounced around. The poor Diva caught with the wrong crowd. Needs to get back home to his mother. And there's the kill at the end. Pokey getting the takedown. Honestly thought Sick would stay alive as the baby Diva instead. But now Green Leaves gonna push on in. They know they have the 5v6 advantage. They can get the kill onto Kadales. And another stagger here. This Green Leaves squad literally coming out of nowhere. Dropping down to the lower bracket against PKR. I feel like that series right there was one for scouting instead of showing the strats. And look at this. Green Leaves already with the ultimate time advantage, almost 4 minutes, and they're still not done. PKR still hasn't gotten the point, and they need to try and go for the contest. Shatter comes on out, but this time Sonairo whips it. Good block there from the side of Inhyuk. A little too telegraphed, to be honest. As we see a Bio Grenade come on up from the other side. Both sides just tossing out some fire strikes as well. Sleep Dart now connecting there onto Kadalis once again, taking a quick little nap. Gravity Surge is in play, but PKR gonna go for the push. There's the Coalescence this time. It'll be a nano boosted Reinhardt trying to get some damage done. Good eat there from Pokey to just cancel out the Gravity Surge there from Kadalis. So Zudrak into the middle. Will still get a kill on the Siren thanks to the bash there from Swan, but this time Hoshimi will try to avenge his master with the rally, just bringing back a lot of armor here for the side of Green Leaves. In the meantime, PKR waiting for their own, just allowing the Brigitte to get in position. Self-destruct now comes on out, will get absolutely nothing in that fight. PKR still in a prime position to push onto the point. They still have the Sound Barrier as well, and now they have the rally. They can just keep fighting. Grab the Surge this time from the side of F1, but it won't lead to any kills. Good block though of the movement, and the Sound Barrier ends up wasted. So picking a nap there, he's dreaming of a better, cooler day back in Korea. Now Inhyuk will get taken out. Oshimi with the whip shot, and this is Green Leaves already getting the advantage. PKR deciding to retreat, doesn't want to fight without their Reinhardt, their main damage dealer, their main setter with the stuns, but Sunaira has other plans alongside the rally there from Oshimi. Will they pop the Earth Shatter? Then they get a pick off onto Kadalis, and Green Leaves playing the straight absolutely perfectly. Even in the hot blistering stun of Anubis, the fire strike of Sunaira is even hotter. The ultimate's already here for Green Leaves. Can Skyfall go for the nano boost play? In the meantime, backwall Kadalis and Inhyuk ready with true ultimates. Gonna go for the push for the time being. Fire strike comes on out. There's the stun. There's the shatter. Counter shatter here from PKR. This can be the counterplay that they're looking for. Another denied there from the diva of Pocky, eating up the Graviton Surge. Kadalis ends up wasting his. Perfect timing there from Green Leaves. Self-destruct is available, so Pocky can just launch it out into the middle. Will go between the obelisks, coming out through the doorway. Gets absolutely nothing. Good effort, but leads to no execution. 12 seconds remaining. Can they get onto the point? And here comes PKR jumping on in. Gravity Surge this time not eaten up. Perfect timing from F1 PhD. 3 kills now going the way of Green Leaves. And this has been a masterclass here from the Japanese squad on Anubis. Sick onto the point. We have a Gravity Surge from Kadalis. Oh my god, another eat. The diva of Pokey. I'm just speechless. That was the third Graviton in a row, or maybe even the fourth. But he ate up that Grav. Just hear that Korean voice line. So subtle, but so effective. Swan getting play of the game, but it's just not enough. Green Leaves with another victory, and they're one win away from the championship. Oh my god, I have chills. I have chills there. I have goosebumps from how great this diva has been playing, and that's gonna be Green Leaves with another map, and we are gonna go to a map number 6, which is gonna be Nepal. Thanks, we already played Lijiang Tower in the first place. But anyway, guys, Nepal will be our next map, and just look at the table real quick. Just look at how many symbols the Green Leaves squad has there. Honestly, global esports just having that +1 thanks to the upper bracket. But since map number 3, it's been Green Leaves all the way, just winning it out with superior positioning, firepower, and just that Temple of Anubis game. Honestly, an absolute masterclass on defense. There you go. Green Leaves winning it out. We'll see if PKR can turn things around. We might get a little break once again. Talking about the game real quick, however, and it's just what PKR has been up to was honestly stellar. With the Lijiang Tower game, it was so good with the Pharah, and really looked like PKR could have just built on that, but Green Leaves turning things around since King's Row. They got their mojo on King's Row. I think King's Row is their, what they call this, it's their mojo pick. With King's Row early on, they got the groove, they got the hold, and they just transcended over to Rialto by Temple of Anubis. Green Leaves has been playing so confidently that they just held PKR, almost got the full hold honestly, but that second point defense so stellar. The Junkrat there, getting the ult charge so quickly. The Rip Tower coming out from F1. Very smart plays coming out from Green Leaves as well. And it looks like PKR needs a quick little break after all that. So we'll be back in just a bit to go into our map number 6. And just in case we go to a map number 7, if GPKR does pick this one up, it is going to be one of the hybrid maps once again. So we'll be able to designate which map is which later on. And be back in just a bit, guys. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys, and we are gonna be moving on to Nepal for a map number 6. And this is gonna be the last lifeline here for PKR. They need to win this map to force out a game number 7. And how have the tide shifted? Very much in favor of the Japanese squad. Green Leaves now up 3-2. And has been so solid in the last few fights. Anubis, absolute masterclass. Nothing much to say. It was just Green Leaves all the way. For the other two maps, there were a lot of highlights and lowlights for both teams. Biggest one I can still remember was that amazing stagger there on King's Row by PKR, just whipping down from like almost 2 minute mark to an overtime push. And now we are gonna get underway. I'm glad to see Nepal back, and I'm glad to see this going to map number 6. The pressure is on though, on Green Leaves. Will they falter in this one? Will we get a win already, or will we move on to map number 7? So welcome back guys, and it is gonna be Nepal for our match point here on the Green Leaf side. Meantime, the banner's just getting the way of the camera, but it is what it is. This is gonna be Sanctum to start things off. And what kind of strategies will we see here from both squads? Interesting to note, I don't see an Orisa here for either team. Orisa, something a little more standard in public play, but instead we have the Wrecking Ball debuff combination here for the side of PKR. Inhyuk always happy to whip this Wrecking Ball out, place it to an absolute T. Literally channeling his inner Chubby Chicks hamster ball in this one. Probably has a pet hamster somewhere at home. On the other hand, here is Kadalis on the Tracer. We see the Lucio and the Zen, so that's not gonna be a lot of healing there for Inhyuk unless Kajio switches out. It's the standard to do on the control map in the first place. There you go, amp it up, and we'll switch over to the Mercy instead to assist Swan in this one. So once again, it's Swan and Kajio in the pairing of the century. You can literally read a love novel about it. These two so solid on the Farah Mercy. And on the other hand, we do see the Brigitte here from Hoshimi, and it's gonna be a Tracer as well. So it goes to show that it's gonna be a fast and furious ground composition here from Green Leaves. The 1, 2, 3 coming their way, already getting 2 picks. On the other hand, Kadal is gonna be on the Tracer as well. Inyok trying to get the capture onto the point, but forced off. We'll go for the bowl, but there's the boop now, and there's the stun. Inyok gets taken down by Skyfall. Swan swooping on in, will fall in this engagement. And Kajio has switched over to the Lucio. So for now, it looked like Pantheon Korea was expecting maybe a Goats comp there on Sanctum, or at least a tank heavy composition. We do have Inyok now switching over to the Rhine. Oh, it's gonna be Pantheon Korea on the Goats composition instead. Pretty smart to actually go for the Goats in this one. They have it's gonna be Green Leaves on the Tracer, and you know what, Tracer weak against the Brigitte. Easy stun combination will be able to get the kill. It'll be up to F1 PhD to actually get the counterplay that he needs to get the damage done. Gonna swip on by to the opposite side. Doesn't want to deal with where the Brigitte is, so we'll just try to go for some pokes onto the sidelines. Full Swamp now connects, doesn't really get much, but Kadal is really low, getting healed up, chopped up there by the Ana. The engagement though here from PKR is very, very clustered. Look how tight this corner is. Self-destruct now comes on out, and it's Kajio falling in that engagement. Counter self-destruct here from Sig, needs to get the mech on back, and we have a rally here from the side of Green Leaves. Finally, we might be able to see PKR coming out of their hole, but it's Coalescence instead to try and flood the gateway with the damage done. Kadalis though getting a nano boost, already 100 energy to his name, will pop the Graviton Surge. Oh no, very questionable there from Kadalis. Shatter comes on out from Inhyuk, and it's Hoshimi with a takedown onto one. Sound Barrier is into play. Kadalis has been struggling on that Zarya, to be honest. Anytime Pokey is staring at them, and that's Graviton Surge just proves it. F1 PhD though with a Suicide Bomb play will be able to take care of Swan. We might see a reset here as Inhyuk falls into the abyss. Backwall though getting caught out. Kadalis now finally doing the damage that he needs to do. PKR very scattered in this fight, but are making it work as Kadalis here is trying to get the damage done. Has a lot of energy, just being topped up here by Kajio, but we have a Coalescence in F1 PhD with a dive on in. A boop once again there onto Inhyuk. The Reinhardt falling twice in a row, and Green Leaves now taking control of the point. Will be able to finish this on a high note as Kajio gets beaten up. Self-destruct coming out. There's the stun on the back wall. Won't lead to any kills, but it's enough for Green Leaves to be one map away from the championship of the Open Division. PKR, this is literally the last inch that they can give. They need to get this map here, and it's gonna be Village. And I'll be honest, it'll be absolutely poetic if Green Leaves wins out Village with the thing that they've been playing all tournament long. So pretend if there are people just skipping over the VOD, want to see that last fight, they're gonna be like, oh, you know, Green Leaves played goats all day. But instead, they're keeping this composition, the Tracer, Sombra, Luciamura. And this really goes to show that the Green Leaves squad feels like this is what their comfort zone is. Just this fast and furious lineup, go for the dive, literally being the last least trembled. On the other hand, Pantheon and Korea showing no mercy, gonna go for the Pharah Mercy and the Widowmaker. So this might be the clash of pocket picks here, clash of absolute comfort. And it's already Green Leaves taking the control of the point. Point hasn't unlocked, however, so it can be a contest here from PKR, but they're just gonna give it up. No real contest. Green Leaves already just jumping around, hopping around, enjoying themselves, getting the initial capture of their match point. In the meantime, Swan and Kajiu though will try to play spoiler, just making it rain once again. But going for a Pharah Mercy isn't as effective against a dive composition this scattered. Sick though, able to get a pick off onto one. Hoshimi once again with the assassination. And Kadalis has struggled, to be honest, in this series. He has been a point of focus from Green Leaves. Also now connecting, In-Hyuk gets torn apart, just blown to bits there, but gets rest up, so it's gonna be Mercy gluing the Winston back together again. Skyfall with the orb, willing to take down onto his counterpart. In the meantime, it's gonna be F1 diving on in, Toki with a self-destruct kill, and even a Colmec kill onto Koju! That rarely happens nowadays, but Green Leaves still in control of this. As I was saying, Kadales has been absolutely struggling in these games. He's had a terrible time on the Zarya, just getting all those grabs eaten up. Sick with a very questionable self-destruct as well. And this might be PKR literally imploding on themselves. They're not really getting the pushes as finesse as they used to be. Not enough shine and polish on these attacks and defenses, and especially these attacks. Look at that, Green Leaves once again holding strong in defense, 33% away from the championship, and Green Leaves now pushing on in. Kadales getting beamed up, will get taken down. What a push there from Green Leaves all the way to the spawn, and they're gonna force out a stagger there from PKR, something they couldn't afford. Kadales now switching over to the McCree, could have done so earlier but needs to deal with the Tracer and the Sombra. This might be the biggest bomb here, the championship bomb for F1 PhD. Will Green Leaves win this out in this clash? Post bomb comes on out. Sam Bayer in response there from the side of Green Leaves to go alongside the post bomb push. Good eat, however, from the side of Sick. 1-for-1 trade so far. Kadalis finally playing the McCree, able to get a pick off onto F1 PhD. Overtime slowly dwindling. They're gonna go for the connect, and Sonairo playing out of his mind will have to deal with the Primal Rage Winston onto the point, going for a few punches, but it's Sick now. D-Mech, there's the EMP as well. The Baby Diva trying to get some damage done. It's gonna be In-Hyuk trying to get back onto the point. Kadalis switch over to the Tracer this time, and the Winston with the D-Mech and the kill onto the Diva. In the meantime, he comes PKR to the point, and they catch it. A big phew there for PKR. That's literally their sweat dripping in that push. If they actually died there, that would have been the end of our series. But PKR right now, just getting a little breathing room. We'll have the contest now coming up, and this is gonna be a Brigitte here for F1 PhD. So we see a dive 2-1-3 for the side of Green Leaves. As they dive on in, we have the rally now from Swan to try and counter the oncoming onslaught, but there's coalescence this time from Skyfall to counter out the extra armor. Pointing it at In-Hyuk. Good focus fire so far from Green Leaves, but they're not gonna be able to get the kill. Hoshimi on the other hand looking for an opportunity to get the hack or to self-destruct comes on out. Sam Barrier is there, but Kendall is already with the pickoff on to Skyfall. Will F1 PhD get back into this fight? Post bomb connecting on to Sonairo, but the Winston will stay alive in this fight. Kadalis and Kajiu with the pickoff onto 2. And PKR not out of this yet. Perfect defense right there from Pantheon Korea, popping the rally as soon as the dive came in, mitigating all that tickle damage from the Winston, and just mitigating as well the coalescence. It's a twofold. The coalescence mitigates the rally, rally mitigates coalescence. Exactly what you need to counterplay each other. But on the other hand, here's Kojiwo and Inhyuk ready with 2 ultimates. And Kojiwo just hiding. He knows he can't get EMP'd in this fight. There's the EMP right now. Will Kojiwo pop it in response? Yes, he does. So even with the EMP not as effective, it's gonna be a sound barrier played by PKR. They're gonna go for the dive in. They get 2. And this might be the pressure getting to Rian Leaves. A little choke play right there. Hoshimi not getting too much. Pocky gonna go back into the spawn. But will he actually make it in time? Serafi gonna be over the Mercy. Honestly, very questionable right here from Green Leaves. Could have used the Lucio to get back into the fight. But it's gonna be Sonara now popping the Primal Rage. Will he boop off the point? There's the overtime right now. And Green Leaves just having that absolute trust on Winston to be the piece there for the ult charge of PKR. Self-destruct now into the middle will lead to a kill. No, it won't. They even get the kill onto Poki instead. So PKR now in heavy control of this fight. Skyfall and Serafi trying to get the damage done, but they're too late. And PKR able to tie it up and score now 1-1. And just at the edge of it, literally, PKR was about to fall off the cliff. They're able to get one hand back onto the crevice and stay alive, but they're still not out of the woods yet. Score is 1-1. Whoever wins this will take Nepal, yes, but if Green Leaves wins this, we are gonna be crowning a new champion from the Japanese region. On the other hand, we'll see if PKR can actually force out in game number 7. Both teams gonna go for a quick lineup. We'll have the tracers on both ends, but it's gonna be a Brigitte versus a Sombra. And honestly, I would say I like seeing the Brigitte here on Shrine. Very, very close point. Just the corners protecting you a lot. And not really many med packs to work with besides the one beside the elephant. But speaking of the elephant in the room, it's gonna be Green Leaves coming in from the right hand side. PKR already with the initial position onto the point. Hoshimi trying to get away. Will get chased after by Kadalis, but one hack might be all it takes for the Sombra to flip it over to a kill onto the Tracer. Hoshimi gets caught out and gets taken down. Perfect play there from PKR to spot out the cloak. They do give up the point a little, but they're gonna go back onto the engagement. It's gonna be Green Leaves now retreating. Skyfall gets caught out, gets taken down. It's Sonaira now under a lot of stress. We'll have to jump on out. Good protect play with the Diva and the Lucio. Both of those heroes just out in front of the Winston, keeping him alive. So Rafi now will pay for it with his life. And Hoshimi gets caught out, just waiting with the third-person perspective. And now have a charge, and the Diva of Sick gets in the way, protecting his teammate. Swan, though, can protect the mech back. And now Kadalis making a turnaround play will get the pulse bomb onto Hoshimi. So for its PKR now, with the momentum heavily in their favor, they can go for the offensive play, but not too offensive as Inhyuk now gets taken down by the hammer of Sonaro. They're gonna go for the push and go for the left swings and the right swings and go for the shatter onto the middle, puts 3 to the floor. Sonaro with the counter play, and this is gonna be Green Leaves now taking control of the point if they can get the kill fast enough onto Kadalis and Sick. We have Inhyuk though swooping over to the Wrecking Ball, but he's been playing out of a necessity and out of fun, but it's not gonna be enough. 47% here for the side of PKR. Korean squad of the blue team. Then switch on over to the Farah Mercy once again. A lot of response plays, honestly, from both teams. It's always great to see a variety of heroes being tossed and out. But it's gonna be PKR now dropping on down. Self-destruct comes on out, and it's gonna be a kill on to 1. So Green Leaves now in control for the time being. Gonna be a Fire Strike tossed on out. Not gonna be enough, however. And it's gonna be Swan now falling into the abyss, down the mountain, just sliding on out. And now it's gonna be PKR trying to get in control of this fight. Kadalis gonna go for the grapple up on top. Won't get much for the time being. On the other hand, Serafi ready with the Sambar, looking for an opportunity to strike, but can the Lucio and the Brigitte get the pick off there onto the Widowmaker? As the real question, Green Leaves is going for the roundabout play. In the meantime, they trust the rest of their team to stay alive without those 2 supports in play. Sambar now comes on out. They didn't get the pick there onto Kadalis. So that risky play not really working out in their favor, but luckily none of the team of Green Leaves getting caught out. Anubis now onto the fire to do a little more damage onto the Brigitte. And we do have the nano boosted Reinhardt now just rampaging in, ready with the shatter. And for now, we do see the mines pop onto the point. Rocket Barrage into the backline will get rid of Skyfall. He's no longer Skyfall. He's full of explosive holes instead. And for now, Pantheon will take control of the stairs. Swan just tossing a few rockets there at the Brigitte, finally bursting the shield, gets the punch on out. PKR getting the flip on back. But oh, wow, last minute contest there from Serafi to force out the 92%. That's a pretty good time to actually end on. With the 92%, he can stop any speedsters to get back onto the point in time. On the other hand, as I was saying back when, this might be poetic here. If Green Leaves ends the series with a Goats comp, what they've been running all day, but this time they will have the Sombra instead of Brigitte. Shatter comes on out, Sunairo going for a pickoff, gets the Sun there, and the charge onto the Diva. Self-destruct comes on out, forced out by that pin. In the meantime, Injo up on top once again has the mines, will pop it by the entranceway, and this will allow Swan to have free reign over a small segment of the point. Self-destruct though will be popped from the side of Pokey, gets rid of Swan, gets rid of a few mines as well. It's gonna be PKR now losing a few members. Swan will the Rocket Barrage to try to turn things around. It's gonna be very even here between both squads. 96% for PKR so far. Pokey under a lot of pressure in this fight. Overtime has been popped, and here comes Oshimi skulking around. Will go for the last minute contest, and the Graviton Surge is into play. But saw the Sombra now taking it up. F1 PhD just being heroic will take care of the Pharah Mercy, exactly what they needed in that fight. Skyfall just filling up the screen of the Diva with some lights. There's the D-Mech right now. Can Pantheon Korea get back into this fight? They have to give up the point. Kadalis with the pick off onto one. Needs to get the kill there onto Hoshimi, but it's not gonna be enough. Will someone make it to the point? Kojiu this time on the Lucio. Swan swooping on in. Will go for the contest, but the Pharah, the lone survivor of this attack. And Green Leaves making it count at the end. EMP to seal the deal. And we have our champions. Green Leaves taking the series 4-2. Congratulations there to the Green Leaves squad.
Play of the game.
And Sonario with the play of the game. But the last minute heroics there from F1. The Graviton Surge onto the Pharah Mercy, able to turn things around. The duo being grounded. And stellar play there. Green Leaves now taking it 4-2. A good effort there from Pantheon Korea, but Green Leaves just ending it on a high note. This is the ball game. I honestly thought that PKR could have had it there, forced out a game number 7, but Green Leaves, what do you expect? Able to clutch it out at the end. And when the going gets tough, and when the highest stakes are on the line, it was Green Leaves winning it out there on Nepal. F1 PhD with that Graviton Surge to just bunch up everyone and get them kills. All around good plays there from Green Leaves, having these different scenarios and different lineups for the last series, not doing the goats anymore. It really felt like Green Leaves has been keeping their hand in check, and then the gloves came off in that grand final, allowing them to get the map wins. And just let's look at the table one last time to see how impressive Green Leaves has been all throughout the series. There we go. This is our map track. So the first map going the way of PKR in terms of the winners of bracket advantage, and the first map played, map number 2, Lijiang Tower, won by PKR. But since King's Row happened, map number 3 there moved on to Rialto. Temple of Anubis, an absolute slaughter. And Nepal, the nail biter that is, so close between the two teams. But it was still Green Leaves winning it out. That was around around the 90th percentile for both teams. So PKR putting up a good fight, but their fairy tale run is over. Honestly, it reminds me of NYXL. Had the best record and just faltered at the end. It's like that. PKR having an unbeaten streak, 10-0 in the regular season, got all the way to the grand finals and lost at the very end. Congratulations to Green Leaves. They lost 3-2. They lost 2-3 rather against PKR in their upper bracket semifinals, but they got revenge. 4-2 was the score. That's about it for the Open Division this season. What a way to end it. What a solid series. I hope you guys enjoyed our time together. It was so stellar there from the side of both teams. And I'm really happy that we actually got to do an English broadcast. Shoutouts to Blizzard for allowing this in the first place. It was a little bit of a hard sell. It's not really as popular as it could be, but these teams deserve the acknowledgement from not only the Eastern Sea audiences, but the Sea audiences as well as the Western ones. And at the same time, I just want to give a shout out to John Galt, who did co-cast with me during the regular season and was able to co-cast a bit as well today. But it's been a solo cast for me most of the day, but still, John Galt showing up, helping me out with the analysis, bringing in this knowledge as a contenders coach, as a long-time partner of mine, so I give him much appreciation. Also, there's a shout out to everyone who has supported the stream, everyone who has supported me in allowing their games to be broadcast before we follow the Blizzard schedule. So thank you guys for making this all happen. I don't know when I'll see you guys again, but I hope it'll be pretty soon. A lot of projects going underway, a lot of things happening for Overwatch. I'm very excited for the future in the first place. That's gonna be the last time for me here in the Open Division, Season 3, 2018 Pacific. I've been Daks, and thank you guys for tuning on in. Perfect ending, honestly, by Green Leaves. Congratulations to them once again. So I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys do want to keep up with what I do, check out the, smash that follow. If you want to even smash that subscribe, get my emotes and stuff. If you really want to check out what I do for the Philippine scene, check out facebook.com/daxcast, facebook.com/daxcasts. The picture is pretty much the same thing as that one right there. Oh, I don't know how ads work. There you go. There you go. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Gonna have a take a break and just enjoy my day. Hope you guys have a good day as well. Lots of Overwatch action coming in from the Paris qualifiers, which just ended, and of course Open Division for the many regions as well.